following program is a U-Record Studios production.
Marked Out Wrestling Podcast presents Brian. Another episode of NXT.
Rodie Rob.
It's just paint by numbers and it's fucking boring.
Golda.
I will put the cigar out on you right now.
Move. I don't have a banana with me. Big sensing.
It was nasty, oh nasty.
Hey, part of the job, brother.
This is the Weekly Takedown.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Roadie Rob here for Marked Out Wrestling Podcast and the Weekly Takedown. Tonight is a bit of a skeleton crew for you, and I say skeleton because we only have a couple people, so you know what the hell ever.
Right.
We got the Gold Man, as you can hear, on the board with us. Gold Man on the panel, rather. How you doing, Golda?
I'm doing fabulous, Mr. Rob. How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful, my friend. Wonderful is the word for me. And it's me. We might be joined by Steve Awesome after he gets out of the shower. He's cleaning his butt. He's been in here working in the studio for days, and he's kind of sweaty and nasty.
Just a little bit.
Brian is out of town, so I will be taking the hosting duties for this broadcast. So if you did not know where you're at, you're with the Marked Out Wrestling Podcast, the Weekly Takedown. We're going to cover NXT from 7/5/2017. We're going to try to have a little fun, talk some wrestling, do what we do on a normal basis, right?
Some wrestling.
There's Steve Awesome. Oh, he feels better. He looks better. He was all nasty and dirty before. Look, he's just turning around. Who knows what he's doing?
He's getting ready for the show, man.
Oh, he's getting a drink.
Because you know he's the MVP.
He is.
Ain't that right, Steve?
That's right. On the board, hey guys, we got Tim Smith. I don't know what grimy means, but please let me know. I'd love to know what grimy means.
I think they meant like it was kind of grungy, the opening. It wasn't like real frilly. It was like rah.
Okay.
That's what I would say.
We got Perfect 11 is here as well. He's I haven't seen from him since then, but let's before we do anything, let's go ahead and take care of some housekeeping.
Housekeeping.
Come back later, please.
Here are your Marked Out Wrestling housekeeping notes and weekly schedule. Monday nights at 11:30 p.m. Join us for Monday Night Rawsome. Tuesday nights at 10:15 p.m. Markdown. The Weekly Takedown. Thursdays at 5 p.m. where Brian, Golda, and Roadie will react and review to the NXT broadcast on the WWE Network. Showtimes are for live YouTube broadcasts. All podcast versions will be available the next day on various podcast providers. Upcoming WWE pay-per-view specials and marked out shorts like Rodie's Rant, Smarts vs. Marks, the Power Slam Dance Show, and Indie McIndieface will be announced as they are scheduled. Feel free to join us on our exclusive Bubba Radio Army Network show, The Weekly Squash. Visit BubbaRadioArmy.com for listings. Keep the conversation going on Twitter using the handle @SmartMarkShow. You can call our fan line 704-444-0084 or send us an email, markedoutpodcast@gmail.com. Visit markedoutwrestling.com for all other social media networks. Get connected.
Go away.
Oh my God!
I said no. Okay, I clean?
No, get out of here.
I stick finger in your mouth? Housekeeping?
Okay.
All right, guys. So let's go ahead and jump right into the. Oh yeah. How about some dirt sheets with Mr. Golda? Dirt sheets.
These bullet points. I got some bullet points for you. First off, according to the Mae Young Classic, we have two new participants.
Yeah.
Sage Beckett and Rhea Ripley.
Sage
Beckett, she's been in developmental. The other girl, I have no clue who the hell she is, but she's built like a brick shithouse.
Okay. So you said Sage Beckett is the one you know.
Yes, and Rhea Ripley, I do not.
Rhea Ripley. That's like
The one on the right's Rhea Ripley.
Okay.
She's big as fuck.
So maybe she's like Ripley's cousin from Aliens?
Yes.
Believe it or not.
Yes.
Believe it or not.
See, there's Steve Awesome. He's here for the show.
Stevie's
right.
in the house.
And for the new WWE 2K18 video game, Michael Cole, Corey Graves, and Byron Saxton were announced as the commentary team. They kicked JBL the fuck off that shit.
Say that one more time for me.
The commentary team for the new video game 2K18
Yeah.
will be Michael Cole,
Okay.
Corey Graves,
All right.
and Byron Saxton.
Michael Cole, Corey Graves, and Byron Saxton. So
Yes.
JBL's out.
Yes.
No Morrow.
Nope.
No JR.
Nope.
No Percy.
This is no Percy.
JR could be like a legend commentator, maybe.
You got to unlock him.
You gotta unlock
I
him.
know you're real sad there's no fuck your face Phillips.
Oh, Tom, fuck your face, Phillips. Why couldn't he be?
Not yet. It'll
I mean,
happen.
come on, man. Give me some Tom Phillips. I got to have me some Phillips.
Oh yeah, you gotta have him, especially in his face.
Oh yeah. It's
All
awesome.
right, and I've just got one more. This is kind of a big one though.
Okay.
As we all know, I love me some indie wrestling, some New Japan wrestling.
Me so horny.
And this last weekend, Kenny Omega won the inaugural tournament to crown the very first IWGP
So he
United
did-
States Championship.
Okay.
Yep.
I haven't watched it yet.
Yes, I got to set the tape for you.
Okay.
So Friday night, it'll be
Friday
on the DVR.
night. Right.
But and they have announced, New Japan, the owner, Takaki Kadani,
Takaki.
he has announced that due to the overwhelming success of the show this past weekend, they're going to be opening an office in Los Angeles, going to be opening a new dojo to train wrestlers in LA, and they will be putting together a touring loop through the entire United States.
So they just need a network deal in their
Right.
set.
Because they have the Access TV, but you have to have a certain package on DirecTV to get it, pretty much.
Now I hate to ever agree with Bob, but I have to pull this out here. When it comes to New Japan, they're hot. Their product, what I've heard, haven't seen yet, was an awesome product.
Yes.
Right. So, steam as far as competition goes for WWE. Is this going to be immediate or long term? Because I'm thinking NJPW in the U.S. you're going to get your diehard marks, your diehard indie loving kind of marks.
Right.
I'm not feeling your traditional domesticated WWE fans tuning in like they did with Nitro.
I feel like that's where the Young Bucks and the Bullet Club come in. They kind of have that crossover appeal that makes it's sexy for you to love a heel faction.
Right.
I feel like that's why they're fighting so hard to keep all those guys in New Japan, is because they want to take America over.
So any information as far as a TV deal going?
Well, like I said, they have one on Access TV, which is they have every Friday night at 8 o'clock. They're on for an hour.
Okay.
But you have to have a certain package on DirecTV to get it.
Right, which I do. Yeah.
Right. So I guess they're going to parlay that into maybe whoever owns Access. They probably own a better channel and maybe parlaying that into something different.
Right.
This seems like something maybe Spike TV might want to get their hands on. Someone that's like more of a network once New Japan proves that they can sustain themselves in the U.S.
Got to do some beta testing here and see how it goes. I really do, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. And I say this as a WWE fan. I really want NJPW to get steam quickly. I want them to get a TV deal quickly. And I want that TV program not necessarily to rival like Nitro did with Raw.
Right.
But somewhere maybe rival SmackDown, or maybe just give WWE a reason to be more creative and less lazy.
Yeah, I could see it being more along the lines of when TNA first came out.
Right.
And they were really building up steam. But I think they'll do a much better job of it than the Jarretts and then Dixie Carter did. Because they seem like they book so smart in Japan. I don't see them coming here and fucking it up.
Okay.
Because they've been playing this for years.
Let's see, Tim Smith says Kenny Omega is greatness. He said we also need something different. Also from Perfect 11, new reports from the Impact tapings were that the Hardys were actually not anywhere near acquiring the broken gimmick, despite what the Hardys reported a few days ago.
Oh, thanks, 11.
Well, I appreciate that. Thanks for letting us know. Well, we'll see. I mean, one side says one thing and the other side says the other. The question is, right now it's he says, she said, right? Or he said, they said, whatever. And who do you trust more? Do you trust Jarrett? I don't.
No.
Jarrett would
I know
say,
you don't.
yeah, he would say anything to make him not look like he's getting his ass handed to him. And the Hardys, what do they really have to lose by saying that they were close to negotiations? I just, maybe it's a ploy to try to throw a wrench into the negotiations. I'm not quite sure. Anything else on the dirt sheets?
No, that's it. We're done.
Okay, we're done. Let's do some of this. All right, boys and girls, here we go. Let's talk a little NXT again from the date of July the 5th, 2017. We had our normal hour broadcast last night on the WWE Network, and we're going to run through the card. Well, not really the card, just kind of the bullet points of what we thought were important. We'll kind of try to discuss everything that we can. But we got 3 topics, and I won't share them as Brian never does. I'll keep in Brian's program direction here. I don't want to, take his thunder or nothing. Right?
Takedown.
Yeah, the takedown. Let's do the takedown.
3,
Number 3 is going to be Ruby Moon Rising. Ruby Moon Rising. So in this one, we saw Ember Moon doing one of her very nerdy promos at the PC.
I didn't hate it.
You didn't hate it.
I didn't hate
Why?
it.
What was different about it? Is it a
she's-
maturation?
she's coming across a little more genuine. I
She's in
feel
her
like.
comfort zone.
It's
there.
not a maturation with you, Golda. You think she's changing for you.
Right. I feel like she's like coming into her own sort of, and like she's more believable, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't really know how to put it, but she comes across more real.
We don't have
in her
Stevie
promos.
here often, so we never really had heard either love or hate for you from Ember Moon. So from what you've seen in the past compared to what you saw last night on that promo, what was your opinion there?
I agree with Golda. She is coming to her own, and I think part of it is because she was in her comfort zone. She was at the training center without everybody else kind of, there. And maybe she's got a little bit more stage fright when she's on camera backstage before taping or something. But
Right.
But she's doing well for me.
Yeah, and Tim Smith here says something that I was just about to say, because he's a brilliant guy, because we share brains here. Ember Moon is a better real person than a character, and I agree. I think that goes to what you were saying before, Golden.
Right.
Maybe more defined there is that she was trying to play her character, the Moon Rising, the kind of werewolf look, or the vampire.
It's
whatever.
hard to personify that.
It really is. I mean, you got to growl your voice.
Yeah.
And I am Ember Moon. I think she's finally decided just to be herself and let the pageantry be whatever it is, right?
Exactly.
And that's fine. And she is a huge nerd. Like I said, I've had the privilege of meeting her. She's a fantastic person, very fun, very kind of shyish, but very nerdy. And I say that with affection.
You're probably going to have an hour-long conversation about Twilight or something with her.
Well, I would
Yeah, I
never.
know you would.
Not with anybody ever would I have an
Well,
hour-long
I mean,
conversation
you have
about
to say
Twilight.
it with affection. Like one of your best friends has 85,000 comic books.
Well, yeah.
That many?
He's a dude.
I think it's at least 20,000. I want to say.
But here's
Sounds
my
about
thing:
right.
is once again NXT is pushing a face-face scenario for a top position, right? So we've got Ember Moon and Ruby Riott, who Ruby Riott came in and said, "Hey, you had your chance, you blew it. Now it's my turn."
I agree 100%.
Revolving door of
Yeah?
challengers. Yep.
Okay,
I mean, she had her one-on-one shot. Nikki Cross had hers.
But
I
you-
mean,
but you
I
don't-
wouldn't mind seeing Ruby get hers.
okay. Well, let's look at the NFL, right? There is an unspoken rule which has been broken in recent years. Unspoken rule, though, that you do not lose your starting position due to injury. Ember Moon was set to rematch Asuka, or at least have the triple threat, which would continue the program between them.
Right.
Or the fatal four-way, forgive me. And she got hurt. So because she got hurt, it pushed her out of that program and brought Nikki Cross in, and now possibly Ruby Riott. Ruby Riott, but Ember's back now. So wouldn't Ruby have to sit to the back and say, injury does not hold back my program?
I would like to see her run a program against the iconic duo first.
Yeah.
And then really prove to all of us that she quote unquote deserves the shot. That really lift herself up,
Right.
so that she's like unstoppable, and then goes against Asuka, not getting hurt and then she wins a couple matches and all of a sudden she's right back in it.
What if they pull an Ono Hideo type move here, and they take Ruby and Ember and tie them up as a tag team against Iconic, and then that could lead to controversy between Ember and Ruby?
I mean, I would love to see a program with them too.
That would work.
With Ruby and Ember, like a full 2
Yeah.
month cycle program. I would love to see that.
I think it would do great for both of them because Ruby's still fairly new. I mean, they thrust her into some big matches, but to see her have a good one-on-one program with somebody would definitely do her good for her status. And Ember Moon coming back from injury, she was on top of the mountain. She kind of fell down out of sight, out of mind because of the injury. Put those two together, let them work a little bit, get some hype, and then you can thrust Ember back up with Asuka. Or even if Asuka's even still there. I mean, who
right.
knows?
I really feel like Ember Moon works better when she's having to prove herself, and really
Better chasing the title.
exactly
than
kind of like Dean Ambrose.
Dean, yeah.
I'm not saying she's not championship worthy, but I feel like the audience more relates to her more
Right.
when she's really having to work extra hard
Right.
to get that shot.
When she's
And
climbing
Tim
the
Smith
mountain.
on
Exactly.
the board says she needs to struggle like So it's
See,
kind of
see, me and Tim are on the same
There we
page.
go.
Yeah.
So, which I wonder, final little thought here before we move on. I wonder with Ember if she needs to struggle, and I think Tim and all of us kind of agree with that. Is she kind of Dean Ambrose syndrome where she's going to be better chasing than she will be as a champion?
I think she'll be a good champion.
You think so?
I just really, like I told you guys, I really would like to see Asuka just drop the title and move up.
Well,
She can get away with it in NXT. On the main roster, maybe not.
well, I mean, even in NXT, I mean, I see her as like, let's say the nerdy girl from Math Club in high school all of a sudden got thrust into the head cheerleader spot.
I mean, I think I'd rather see
Sounds
Nikki
like a-
Cross as the champ.
An aggressive, dominant champion.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
Ember's,
a good heel champ, not like Asuka.
I mean, Ember would be like Bailey 2.0.
right, well, I don't want
I
to.
mean, NXT Bailey was great. She
Yeah.
went up and then she just
Yeah.
Vince totally fucked her.
I just, most champions are not as shy and as soft-spoken as Ember is. It would be a short run, I think. I'm a fan. I would like to see her try.
Right.
I just don't know if if she would correlate to a good champion. If she might just be better chasing, always trying to, the David versus the Goliath type of thing. Okay.
If that suits her.
All right.
One more point from the board before Perfect 11 said every wrestler chasing Asuka will need to have that struggle, though, if you really want to put over how big of a deal that is to beat her.
Well,
Yes,
that's true.
yes.
Look, I think, and we've talked about this, and I am more reinforced in my thought process now than ever, especially with the Mae Young Classic coming up. I believe, and we'll get to that in just a moment, I believe that, like Golda has said time and time again, Asuka is going to relinquish that title, that belt. She is going to get bumped up to the main roster, and they are going to force her to relinquish that title. I think that is the best case scenario for her character, is to go and say, you cannot have that anymore. Nobody beats her. She goes on.
Seems like Peyton Royce or somebody's going to snatch it before.
Oh, that would be such a disaster. No,
It
yes.
seems like it to me. For
Take
some
her to the
reason.
main roster with all the heat she's got behind her.
I think she deserves it at this point. She's really carried that women's division for
Oh.
so long. I really feel like she earned that spot. I don't think Paige did when Paige got to just relinquish it.
Yeah. I want,
But Asuka, she has been women's wrestling in WWE
which brings up
since
the
she
point.
debuted.
I wonder if her title reign, her undefeated streak here, title reign, is due to lack of contender, or is it due to it was all planned? Was she planned to go undefeated this long, or were they like, we really don't feel comfortable with anybody yet, so we're going to keep you on
I
top?
think that's more the
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah, I think it's a mixture of the two. I think I think they went to give her a nice run, but then they realized nobody else was really developing into that top person
Right.
to take her out. That's why they were flirting with her heel turn, because they had no other strong heel.
Right.
All right, well done.
2.
All right, topic number 2. Let me get my screen here. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Just doing
Fresh Princess of
got it,
Bel
you
Air.
got it.
Yes,
transition here?
the Fresh Princess of Bel Air. So we had a brief clip on NXT, but we had, if you went to YouTube and you can actually go to our Facebook page or our Twitter, we shared it as well. Excuse me. Between Bianca Belair
Aaliyah.
and Aaliyah.
Yeah. Oh, such a good match.
And I have been talking about Bianca for a long time. I got to see her live in Fort Pierce at a house show, and she is just a phenomenal talent that I think is going to be on the rise. This kind of pushes us into the Mae Young conversation, or the starting of it, which I would like to do a recap show of that. We'll kind of see if we can work that out in our schedule. But if you didn't get to see the video of Bianca Belair, the hair whip, the
Oh, man.
the spear, which there should have been a chant better than Roman after that.
We got to start that hashtag better than Roman.
Yeah, the what was that move she did where she spun her around her body and like threw the knee into her face? That was a great move.
Yeah, it was I can't even talk right now. It was so good.
The chicken wing, the chicken wing slam that what's her name used to do. But she would follow through with it.
Victoria?
Was it Victoria that would pick him up and drop him face first from the chicken wing?
Was
Oh,
Was it
yeah.
like the Widow's Peak or something like that?
Kind of like that.
No, Widow's Peak. That was Crazy Girl.
Victoria.
CM Punk. Widow's Peak.
AJ Lee.
Oh, AJ Lee. Okay.
Or was that the Black Widow?
That's
That's
Black
Black
Widow.
Widow.
That's Black Widow.
Okay.
So confusing.
Yeah, yeah.
Tim Smith saying Bianca was fucking badass, and she was.
Yes.
Look, the girl, and you heard Percy actually say one good thing during that match. Best thing he's ever said was that she squats like 320. She deadlifts like 450.
Yeah.
She's a world-class athlete from Tennessee. She's a beautiful girl. She's got style and charisma, and just watch
She
her.
owns it.
She owns it.
Like, from the time she walked out from the back, she owned it the whole way down to the ring and through the entire match.
She's only going to get better with fine tuning too.
Yeah,
you can just imagine.
She won that crowd.
Yeah,
because they were dead silent. There was no reaction when she came out, and she won it. Well, not for Leah, but Bianca. They were all like, "Who are you?" And then she got in there and she started doing her thing, and the crowd slowly started to build in her favor. When they got done, round of applause, standing ovation. What fucking great match!
She's been on the House Show tour for a while.
She has.
Kind of like the Street Profits and a lot of the other guys.
Right.
That have been on the House Show tour. And, they're starting to, actually get TV time.
Right.
And they're really like Dan Matha, the guy that we saw at the show in April, the one that came out and did that great move on the Samoan dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We haven't seen hide nor hair because he's working house shows, building his character up.
Right.
Which is fine. It's what they do. So my official pick, and we can kind of go into a little bit of Mae Young conversation here. We don't have all the details in front of us, all the names, but I know there's going to be a lot of interesting names coming in. People from Japan, some hot names, if you want to call it that, coming in. But my official pick right now, for the record, for the Mae Young Classic, is Bianca Belair. That is my official pick.
I think we should do one for like NXT and one for like that's not NXT.
So
depending on like one person that's already in like developmental, one person that's
would you call
independent.
would you consider Candice LeRae NXT since she did
no.
Or even though she did the Battle Royal.
Yeah, but she's technically independent. She only did that one show. I honestly think that Tessa Blanchard has a very good shot.
Okay, so Tessa Blanchard.
I would say either Bianca or Tessa.
Bianca or Tessa.
I would say for me.
Steve, you got any?
We'll just go clean sweep for NXT Bianca, but then how about the Progress champion Toni Storm?
Oh.
Yeah, but I don't know if they'll. See, I want to pick her for Brian's sake because I know how much he loves her. Well, he loves her. Brian loves.
So yeah.
Right, but I think she's signed so much through Progress. I don't know if
they will let her win,
unless it's like the Pete Dunne deal where they come over for shows here or there. If they let her do that, then I think she'll be top 4 semifinals.
So point here, boys and girls, is Bianca Belair. Badass. I think the future of the division.
I whip my hair back and forth.
On that note,
Bianca Belair brand.
Bianca Belair
brand. Like big BBB, Big Baller Brand.
Yeah. No, I got Oh God, don't associate her with those fucking tards.
It'd be better.
Topic number 1 here, the final topic for the weekly takedown is going to be Roderick Wrong. So we had the Roderick Strong Bobby Roode match. What is it, 20, 25 minutes? I mean, it was a long match.
Yeah, it was 2 commercial breaks, yeah.
I mean, Roderick Strong, and I don't, how do the kids say it, no homo? Roderick Strong was glistening with sweat by the end of it. And you could clearly see some, and I only saw it with Roderick. I didn't see it with Bobby, but you could see some fatigue at the end with some of those kicks and some of those moves and the punches. It was like, and I don't know if that was, within the work, or if it was legit, I'm wearing the fuck out here. But so they had a great match.
Yeah, it's a very good match.
I never take anything away from Roderick Strong's in-ring ability.
It's everything else.
It's everything else. And when they counted the 1, 2, 3, and Roderick threw his arms up, my heart dropped to my fucking asshole.
Looked at Jess like, he's gonna think he won.
Oh yeah,
that's funny. I
had no idea. I was like, this can't be true. It's like the first time we saw Roman win the championship. It's like, fuck, really? This is what's going on now? Oh, sorry, somebody's calling me. Okay.
Stop being so important, Rob. Jeez.
I know everybody wants to talk to me. What the hell, guys? So, my big question. I mean, we could talk about the match. I mean, there was great spots in the match, and that's fine. You can go back and you can watch it and you can mark out for yourself. I really don't feel like recapping. There's nothing specific about it that I'm like, ooh, that move was fantastic. It was just a lot of really good moves.
The way that I liked when Roderick's leg got caught under the stairs, and then Roode went right to smashing it with the stairs, and then the whole rest of the match was him beating that leg down.
It was a great work.
Those DDTs on the outside.
Yeah.
Tim saying that Bobby Roode his spit flew out of his mouth. I want to tell you a quick story.
A few times. I think that's part of his the way he takes a bump.
Well, it is and it isn't. The show we went to here in Concord, North Carolina, the NXT house show. It was one of the revival with Bobby Roode against some other people.
It was Scott Dawson.
It's Scott
It was
Dawson.
Dash Wilder. That's right. When he broke his jaw.
Right. And the whole match, Dawson and Roode were like doing like oversells like HBK oversells with the spit flying from their mouth.
Yes, it was hilarious.
I think it's something they do almost as a comedy relief. I don't know if it's necessarily within the cell, like whipping your hair because you have long hair to make it look more physical like the 80s guys used to do. But yeah, he definitely had a big hawk just come out at one point. My question here is at the end of the match, is this finally over? Are we going to have to see this again?
No, it's going to be McIntyre versus Roode.
Yeah, McIntyre's going to get the push.
Yeah,
Yeah?
definitely.
So what happens to Roderick now?
Will he not get a rematch?
No, he wasn't the champ, so I would guess not. For Roderick,
Yeah.
Eric Young maybe.
Eric Young.
I mean, who else
But
is there?
he just did that, right? What?
Velveteen Dream.
Velveteen Dream and Roderick Strong.
I think Velveteen could pull a little bit of personality out of Roderick if they had a little program.
That's true.
I'm down.
And he needs one. And there's no other heels that aren't like aligned with the stable.
Yeah, I kind of thought No Way Jose for Velveteen, but I mean I could see Roderick. I'm cool with seeing what could happen with that. My thing is
Cien Almas, maybe.
Cien, maybe. Cien's got his own thing going on. I don't think him and Roderick.
Maybe he goes up.
I just want this is your fucking life shit to end.
Maybe he goes up.
Who, Roderick?
Yeah.
Really, this soon?
I mean, there's nothing else he can do there, really. He's never going to be the champ.
All right.
205 Live, then maybe. That's about it for him.
We may regret this. Jonathan JD.
Oh,
What's up,
jeez.
JD? You there? JD? JD?
He called.
Yeah, he called. JD, you there, bud? I'm checking the.
Is he muted?
Let's try it this way. JD, can you hear me? JD?
Nope.
No? Can't hear nothing? Okay, he's just calling to do that then. All right. Cool.
Tim Smith agreed Roderick Strong versus Velveteen Dream would be a good idea.
Can Roderick play with him though? I mean, can he really play with him, or would it be just a waste of time?
Well, Velveteen would just pull the personality out of him, like you said.
Yeah, because I think would be the best way to pull something out of Roderick. And if that doesn't happen, then there's just no hope for
Probably
him
not.
being more than just a fucking glorified bump machine.
Or Aleister Black, like Perfect Love.
Ooh, Aleister Black and Roderick Strong. That could be fun.
I want Aleister to go right up.
Me too.
I do
Me
too.
Me too.
I just got to say it again. WWE, NXT, Hunter, whoever, Regal, whoever, Albert, whoever. This is your life show with Roderick Strong. Just stop. Please stop.
They really don't have anybody on the main roster that looks menacing like that anymore since Finn's has toned it down. And
everybody
like
knows Bray's a pussy.
Are you talking about Aleister?
Yeah.
Oh, God. All right. Can you hear me now? Hello? Hello?
It's audio on his end. Oh.
Nothing, man. Nothing means nothing. Talking about all the way to the top, yeah. I'm justifiably in a position that I'd rather not be in, but the cream will rise to the top, yeah. Macho Manus, yeah, has got more to offer than President Jack Tunney thinks that I got, yeah. And let me tell you something right now. Cards stacked against the Macho Man Randy Savage at WrestleMania 3. Let me say it, yeah. Let me say it out loud and let me point to the president of the World Wrestling Federation, yeah. I am the cream of the crop, yeah.
Okay, so that
was
happened. We'd like to thank JD for adding nothing to the show.
That wasn't the Macho Man?
Oh, was that Macho? Back from the grave?
The cream rises to the top.
Okay.
That might have been Nacho Man, maybe.
Yeah. No more This Is Your Life, NXT. Let it fucking go. All right.
Let it die.
So let's run through everything else real quick. This is just quick little speed round type stuff. Everything else. For NXT, we saw Hideo and Ono versus Sanity. Hideo and Ono, they did not allow us to see a bit of a breakup moment at the end, but there was some kind of stark glances from Ono to Hideo as he's laying on the ground because he didn't tag in. Sanity comes out with the win, even though Wolf looked like garbage. We'll get to that in a moment.
Yeah, let's wait for that one. But obviously, this is leading to a program between Ono and
Hideo.
I mean, it's obvious.
So they're going to get another tag team match, and it's going to happen again where Hideo won't tag him in, and then they're going to
against Sanity or who else?
Oh, who cares?
against
The Ely brothers.
Yeah.
That could be it.
Oh, you know what? You know what? The rumor mill is that next week we will see the debut of the team we've been talking about for a while, the Street Profits. What if the Street Profits come in for their debut against Ono and Hideo, and that's when they have their big – give Street Profits their first win, and then Hideo –
By a hook or crook thing, it's perfect.
Well, because Hideo's being a jackass.
Yeah.
And then Ono and him have moments. So you debut, you get your win, you go away, and then the two superstars have their moment as well.
I can see Hideo just like walking out of the match, just leaving, just getting pissed off because maybe Ono won't tag him this time, and he gets pissed off and just leaves the arena.
Maybe.
I mean, it's a total heel dick move. So.
Well, we'll see. Then we got everything else. Also, we got Iconics seeing some drama. The Iconics are seeing some drama. If you get the play on words there. We saw the iconic duo of Billy Kay and Peyton Royce talking about their birthday party.
Well, Billy
Kay's birthday.
Yeah, the lack of a birthday party.
There was no confetti, no presents.
Get over it.
Yeah, they looked real extra spray tan too.
Well,
yeah, they did.
I think somebody should have showed up to her birthday party and brought some of that meat back from her bones that she lost. Because, look, Billy Kay, I know you're trying to get in shape, honey, and I don't mean to be one of these kind of chauvinistic sounding dudes, but just as a man perspective, you lost it all.
It's gone.
This is gone. But you got Peyton to back you up. And then we saw Cien Almas in the background arguing with, what's her name again?
Her name was Thea Trinidad.
Thea Trinidad.
I don't know what her name is in NXT.
El Loco.
El Loco. Okay, yes.
El Loco.
You're right.
Yeah. So we saw that going on. We'll find out what's going to go on with that. Obviously, next week, more drama. But I do like the fact that with CN, they started kind of doing this who gives a shit kind of routine. Build it, what the hell's going on? And then, bam, she shows up, Miss Trinidad. And now it's something that I'm like, okay, we're getting there. We're going to find out. Maybe by Chicago. They're not going to have a match, so who's he going to feud with? Is she going to bring somebody in to beat his ass? To make him care? Maybe. Yeah?
Sounds about right.
Maybe she'll bring her fiance in.
Ooh, and that's
Austin Aries.
He's
Austin
busy right now. Yeah.
A-Double's a little busy right now. So, there you go. Need that booty back, says Tim Smith. Yeah, there's two
Billy
things.
Kay.
I hate to go lowbrow on this, what we call our highbrow show, but, I mean, Billy had some booty and some biggies. And both the biggies and the booties are kind of gone. So
shame.
And she's still a pretty girl.
Yes.
I'm not hating on her. I mean,
but too much spray tan.
Yeah, absolutely. We know you meant booty, buddy. Bring the buddy back. My buddy.
But if that was Juan Rodriguez, you would have not corrected the spelling for him. You'd have been like, buddy, what's that?
Yeah, Juan. Our new segment here, In for the Fix. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to take one guy from our girl from the NXT roster, and we're going to give our fan perspective fixes to make this person watchable, right? Or at least better than what they are. And I do want to preface it this way in case Vince Russo, for some reason, is watching. Vince Russo, we are not experts. We are fans. We are not the insiders. We are fans.
Well, he's no expert either.
No, he's not. But we are not insiders. We are not experts. We are nobody but just a bunch of fans with our own opinions. So here is our own opinion on how to fix. Let's take Alexander Wolf. Let's drive him into the auto body shop, and let's fix his ass. Okay, so we saw them repackage him with Sanity, which I think was a good move.
That was the only move.
That was the only move.
It was the only
I don't know what else you can do for him.
So is he always going to be the third man lackey here?
I got the best way to fix him.
Yeah?
Fire his ass.
Fire him.
Marty Jannetty.
I hate him. I can't stand. He can't really wrestle. He can't talk. He tries. And that little mosh dancing thing he does is fucking horrible.
Okay, but this is a constructive segment.
Okay,
so
constructively.
What can we do to fix him?
Ditch the dancing.
Yeah, okay. Kicking the bottom of the turnbuckle.
Yes.
Yes. Stop with the fucking. You've got ants in your pants, or you did too many hits of acid. Fucking pre-show ritual. Let that go.
I know how you can fix him. Just bring him up to the main roster and put him with the Ascension makeup on it. It's like
that.
He's so ugly. He doesn't need makeup.
If Brian was here, he'd slap you for that.
He might. He's not here though.
No, he likes Alexander Wolf too.
He likes Wolf.
Yeah.
I just look. I don't like to be disparaging on people, but he does nothing for me in the ring. He does nothing for me on the mic, as we saw last week. He's a little bit over the top with it. I mean, Nikki Cross is over the top, but she carries it well.
Yeah.
You know?
She just reminds you of that like typical like batshit crazy broad.
Oh, I know.
I love it.
I know a lot of those.
If he, yeah, yes, you do. If he could just be more like Big Stank and kind of just stand there and look mean and get rid of the spinning around fucking, I'm trying to swat a fly that keeps flying around me.
But that's all he's got though. That's it. He can't wrestle. Dame can wrestle.
Yeah, but you know what? If he just plays the kind of, he doesn't have to wrestle. He can come in, a couple boots on the head, and tag back out. A couple little dirty moves here and there, but just shut the fuck up and stop dancing. That's my constructive criticism. That's how I would fix Alexander Wolf. Board, if you got anything, please let us know. How would you fix Alexander Wolf?
They said nothing. It still says Buddy back. Bring that Buddy back.
Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna have some buffer problems or what. Hey guys, let us know if it's buffering at all. I'm watching the video and it looks like looks a little.
It's not that far behind.
Yeah, I'm just saying I can see like the animations are kind of like stopping here, stopping there. So if it's buffering, let us know. I'd like to know just so I can try to fix something in the future. Okay, so there we go. Finally, build for next week. Return of Johnny Wrestling. I'm guessing a promo.
Yes, it's gonna be an in-ring promo. Yeah.
In-ring promo.
Yeah, I thought he would be back this week, but
yeah. 11 says Wolf is a tough one to fix. I agree, and that's why I picked him first. Challenge us a little bit. Either we failed or we didn't.
Ascension.
I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. Ascension.
I mean, you could.
Tim says we're good.
You could just put him on the main roster, just turn him into a jobber. At least he'd be putting food on the table and being useful.
Yeah. All right, real quick here, live board. If there's anything we missed from NXT or anything in general that you guys want to bring up, throw it on the board for us, and we're going to do our plugs while you're typing your little stuff in there. And let's start with, we're going to plug, don't forget, this Sunday night, Great Balls of Fire. Great Balls of Fire, the WWE pay-per-view. We will be covering that, the Rawsome crew, maybe with some others joining us. That Sunday night, probably about 11:15, 11:30, depending on, well, it could be earlier because sometimes these pay-per-views end at like 10:30 now. So if it ends at 10:30, we'll probably go on about 10:45, 10:50, something like that. We always like a little buffer zone between the end of the show and our start. So that's Sunday. Don't forget Monday night. We got Monday Night Rawsome coming your way. Monday Night Rawsome. With myself, Golda, and Medine, and Steve Awesome.
Medine said he will not be here this week.
Steve will not be. Well, he said
maybe.
He's maybe Medine. Maybe.
Maybe he was just mad because he couldn't be Mike Cena.
Yeah,
possibly.
Mike Cena.
Mike Cena. And here's real quick. Tuesday night there will be a SmackDown show, barring any power problems. Adam Bomb, Kiera, Brian, and Bob doing their thing on Tuesday, reacting to Tuesday night SmackDown live. Forgive me. If you try to tune in on Tuesday nights, if you're looking for the podcast Tuesday night, we apologize. Like 30 minutes before we were supposed to go on, the power went out. Some jackass shot a firework into the transformer, killed half the damn city. And not literally killed, like killed the power. Yeah.
Yes.
Is that what really happened?
I don't know, but that's my best guess.
Okay.
I mean, there was fireworks everywhere. So so they did not get to do the show. We were in here partying. I have a video I'm going to upload of all of us singing some Adam Sandler songs in the dark. So,
Adam did kind of save face with the call from the Wookiee.
Thank you, Steve. Yes, if you would like to hear from that night, Adam Baum co-hosted with the Wookiee on his Spreaker. Is it Spreaker show or?
He's on Spreaker? Okay.
It's Spreaker. The show's called The Ropes.
The Ropes, okay.
So The Ropes, Adam joined the Wookiee there. So check that out and, do your thing. So that's all the plugs. Don't forget also Sundays, 10 p.m., we have our Bubba Radio Army show, The Weekly Squash. This week is just going to be a repeat from Monday night because we couldn't record the show because of the power. So
Juan Rodriguez is joining.
Juan is here.
Oh, yeah, don't forget, next week it's going to be the Authors of Pain versus the Heavy Machinery.
Oh, Authors of Pain, Heavy Machinery next week. Thank you for that. That should be an interesting match. I don't see it coming to a clean conclusion.
No, I don't think
No
AOP
contest.
drops it, but because I think they need them to head into SummerSlam somehow.
I mean, they could drop it, and that kind of puts them on the climb for the next pay-per-view, right?
Take over Brooklyn again? What would it be for SummerSlam?
Is it Brooklyn or is it Chicago next?
Was it Medine going to SummerSlam?
Medine's going to SummerSlam. Yeah, he's usually always going there.
So
that's a while off, though. So, anywho, there we go. Juan says stop playing with fireworks. I'll shoot fireworks at you, motherfucker. Maybe bring in Crazy Steve, add him to Sanity, have him tag with Wolf, and let Steve be the mouthpiece. Steve is the one that got hurt, right? Is that?
No, he was in
just got
TNA.
signed.
He was in the Decay with Abyss.
Oh, that's right, in
Yeah.
Decay.
He supposedly got signed,
Yeah.
but he's been still doing some indie booking, so I don't know.
Yeah.
what actually happened with that.
Robert saying, welcome to the board, Robert. Who do you think will challenge Bobby Roode next? And I think we're all unanimous here. McIntyre, right? How could it be anybody other than McIntyre? I mean, we can go down the list. Hideo, he's had his moment. He's with teaming up. He's programming with Ono, and Roderick should not get another rematch. I mean, that was a whole garbage.
Who would be the face in this role? McIntyre.
McIntyre. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but see,
he's been face.
Yeah, if you're going quality wins, it would have to be Aleister Black, but they're not going to give him the chance.
I don't think
because he beat Chris Hero, or sorry, Cassius Ono.
Yeah, maybe they
Kurt Hawkins.
But
Kurt Hawkins.
But what's his face?
Maybe
McIntyre has beat nobody.
As I think about it, maybe Aleister Black is more of the heir apparent.
I mean, he should be. I don't think they're going to make him.
He needs to be on the main roster.
Well, I mean, McIntyre did have a little. They gave him a little video package, right?
Yeah.
Aleister Black has been nowhere since he beat Cassius Ono.
I think they pulled Aleister back on purpose. They gave him They gave us a big dose of him.
Yeah.
As an introduction, now they want to make it more of.
They don't want to wear him out with us.
Absence
exactly.
makes the heart grow fonder.
Exactly right, Steve. You're old and you have great sayings from like the old days.
In 3 shakes of a lamb tail.
Oh my God.
Because he's 50. He's only like 11 years older than you.
So I'm torn. McIntyre seems inevitable, but I'm okay with Aleister.
I mean, I would love to see him drop the belt to Aleister, but I just don't see that happening. I think whoever faces Roode at SummerSlam is the one to take the belt off him.
Now, don't get me wrong. I don't think Aleister should get the belt.
Right.
No.
So whoever faces Bobby Roode is going to win the title at SummerSlam.
McIntyre.
Yeah.
McIntyre. So we'll all agree McIntyre. Okay.
And Robert also asked, who do you think will beat Asuka?
No one.
I guess he joined us late.
Yeah, he joined us late.
Yeah,
we talked about it.
Nobody.
Nobody. I think she gets. She wins and wins and wins. She gets bumped up to the main roster with the title in hand. Regal shows up, or Hunter, or somebody, and they say, you need to go ahead and relinquish that title. And they force her into relinquishing it. And then the Mae Young Classic comes around, and you can use that tournament as a launching pad either for the winner to have the title, possibly, right?
Right.
Because when does that tournament start?
The end of August, early September.
So end of August. That's plenty of time.
I think it starts like right after SummerSlam, I believe.
Well, if that's the case, if it starts after SummerSlam, then then you take it from her at or NXT Brooklyn. She wins. She shows up the fucking the main roster, or SummerSlam, one of the two, maybe. I don't know. Maybe there's some kind of battle royal or something where she can jump in on SummerSlam, and then Monday or Tuesday, Regal's like, hey, you need to go ahead and give that back. And they take it from her, and then the winner of the Mae Young Classic is crowned the new NXT champion. And that gives the whole division a fresh restart. You don't have to do a program to build into a champion. You can just do it from a tournament, and it starts absolutely fresh, scratch from square one.
I like the idea. I just don't see them doing it, unfortunately.
We can hope.
Nina Marie, welcome Nina Marie. Pete Dunne, UK thoughts. Dunne versus Bate at Takeover. Is that a guarantee, or is that a?
I mean, it needs to be. They
I'd
need
love
their
to see
rematch.
that.
I want to see it, like you said, on SummerSlam.
At SummerSlam.
On the big show.
At the big show.
On the big show.
Like a pre-show for the.
No, that needs to be on the card.
There's too many people on the roster for the main show on the main roster.
Unless they make it like a 4 or 5 hour show.
Well, they could.
It's one of the big four.
It's one of the. I think it'll be on Takeover. If they do it, I'm 50-50. If they do it, obviously I think Pete Dunne has to retain.
Oh yeah, of course.
Look, Tyler Bate I think he was a bad choice for the first champion. I don't hate the kid, but the key word there is kid, right? He's 19?
Yeah, there's videos of him on Instagram like riding his baggage like down the airport halls.
Right. I mean,
like a child.
He's a kid. I mean, and that's fine. He's having the time of his life. I'm not hating on him. Congratulations for all success you've had. You've had more than me when it comes to wrestling, obviously. Yes. But you're no sell, so you still have things to learn. You're a great technician. You still have things to learn. You're funny. As far as your personality and your character, you still have things to learn. You are not ready. You were not ready to be a champion yet. Not of a brand new division in WWE. It was a mistake.
I think they went for the shock value of getting all the headlines for him being so young.
Maybe. That might have been it. But
or they didn't realize what they had in Pete Dunne.
And or they just thought maybe it would be better for him to be the guy to have the title to get taken away from him first. I don't.
Maybe. All these are great possibilities. And look, I wouldn't care if he was 19 and he won the title and he had all the intangibles. he had all the things he needs to be a good champion, it wouldn't be a problem. You know, I'm not age shaming here. I'm just saying that he was not developed enough as a professional wrestler fully to be the first champion for the UK. That's my thing. Robert says, will Adam Cole debut at TakeOver soon, or will Big Cass get a push?
Well, Big Cass is already kind of getting a push. I mean, he won all 3 of those singles matches he had when Enzo gave himself a concussion off the ropes last year.
Yeah.
He won all 3 singles matches he had, and
True.
they were good opponents. They weren't slouches.
When it comes to Big Cass, I see Taker and I see Kane and I see Big Show, right? All big kind of giants, 7-foot giants. And where you can say, yeah, Taker, when he first came in, domination, right? Title, everything. And all those guys, you know, they've all had championships. But you don't talk about them in the scale of greatest champions or even most title run or championship reigns, whatever you want to call it. Oh, God, I hate that word now, reigns.
Fuck you, Vince, ruining a nice word.
Right. But with Vince, when he has the 7-foot giants, he seems to throw them in there at the title every blue moon and then pulls them back out for other program kind of character-driven storylines. So will Cass get a push? Yeah. He'll get a push to solidify him as a giant. Will he continue that push? No.
I think he needs to do more upper body work before he really gets pushed. Because when he tried to pick up Enzo and fling him, he was struggling to get Enzo up on Raw.
Well, can you imagine, you know?
I could pick up Enzo. Fuck. What are you talking about?
Probably tired of all that masturbating when the girl's on the road.
Carmella's taking it out of him.
You mean...
Yeah, fuck it. We're not going to talk that. Adam Cole, I really don't know much about Adam Cole at all.
I don't even know if he's signed yet. He might do the thing where he just rides the indies and does like Cody Rhodes and just gets paid for a year before he signs with WWE. He's going to. He's such an egomaniac. He's going to.
Yeah.
But when it happens, I don't know.
I think if it was going to happen at TakeOver, we would see something by now. You think?
Well, with Bobby Roode, we didn't know. He just happened to be walking backstage during somebody else getting interviewed.
Right.
It was planned, obviously, to kind of plant the seeds that he was
but
there.
But it was several weeks before. Oh, no. He was there a week before,
yeah.
and then the next.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. So
he was walking in the back with coffee.
So by debut, could he make an appearance at TakeOver for shock value? Yes, he could.
Yes.
Will he be involved at TakeOver?
No.
I do not believe so.
No.
Too soon.
Too soon, but he's coming. I just don't know when.
Okay. All right. So if there's nothing else on the board, guys, hey, thank you for joining us for Nina and Robert, and we appreciate you guys jumping in. Juan, my friend Juan, my very angry friend Juan. He drinks too much tequila. He's very angry all the time.
Yeah, him and Latino Damas got heat.
Yeah, they do got heat. Yeah, if you didn't, go back and listen to Monday Night Rawsome and hear our predictions from Latino Damas. It was fun. So Perfect 11 and Tim Smith, appreciate you guys being on the board with us as well. We hope you enjoyed our show here. We're going to jump into our final thoughts. If you have final thoughts, please throw them onto the board, and we will read them for you guys. But let's start with our guest here, who's been a frequent guest for a few weeks now.
Yes.
Stone Age Steve Awesome. Final thoughts.
At a certain point, I won't be a guest. I'll just be permanent, right?
Right.
Anyway.
At this point, yeah.
Like Carbonite.
I really have much of a final thought. Just say that I know I've reached my 200 subscriber goal for the table bump, and we're kind of waiting for other people to catch up and maybe do a 2-for-1 kind of deal. But it is going to happen. I will be going through a table. Just keep your eyes peeled.
On that, not my final thought, but on that, we have, and we'll bring it up again on the main flagship show on Monday night, or maybe at the pay-per-view. But originally, Kiera was slated to go through the table when we got to 250 subscribers, and now that she's training to be a pro wrestler, I have decided that I am not going to allow her to go through a table because I don't want her fucking herself up accidentally and fucking up her training. So everybody's pissed about that. So the compromise I made with Adam Baum for that, which I don't have to make a compromise, but I'm here for the show.
It's fun.
Is I'm going to take her place. If we can get the 250 subscribers, I will take the table in Kiera's place. So
it's only 25 more to go, by the way. Just
25 more, and me and Steve will go twofer through some tables.
Okay. So are we going to do the AOP, where me and Brian hold you guys up, meet in the middle, and just throw you guys through tables?
That is a very that could actually happen. That could actually happen.
Just need to look for some more cheap tables somewhere.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I know you guys are small enough. I think me and Brian can carry you.
I don't know if Brian
Adam
could.
was too.
We might get
he's too big.
We might get Kevin to do it again. I don't think Brian can handle it with his hips.
With his hips, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Golda, final thoughts.
man, I want to say that hearing all this talk about the women that they're bringing in for the Mae Young Classic and seeing Bianca Belair finally hit TV and how strong of a competitor she looks like, I cannot wait for this coming Mae Young Classic. I can't wait for them to really show the world what the women can do so Adam can shut the fuck up. Because the women are going to show us that they can do a tournament just as good as the men.
Right.
And I can't wait for Adam to eat plates of crow.
I'm looking forward to
plates
it. I
and
think
plates
it's gonna
of
be
crow.
great.
You know, Adam's actually not that bad when it comes to anything but main roster women. Main roster women's where he just kind of.
Well,
The
But
bad
yeah.
that's the
thing
way they're
about
booked.
that
That's the
is-
way they're booked. They can't help that.
Yeah, the bad thing about that is going to maybe show up the main roster women talent. They're, oh crap, we got to step things up.
Good point, Stevie.
Yeah.
That's why we have you here.
Hey, guess who's here, guys? Noah has finally showed up after
What?
forever. Noah.
Noah, he's already asking Robert the question.
Noah. Noah.
Jesus, he comes in just for that.
God, Noah.
Fucking Noah.
Robert did have another question before I jump on my final thoughts here. He said, what do you think about Okada being backstage at WWE?
I forgot that.
And if he signs with WWE, which brand would he be on? And we talked about it. Well, actually, Adam Baum talked about it with the Wookiee on the Wookiee show.
Okay.
We were going to talk about it Tuesday night, but we lost the power, obviously. And I heard, according to the Wookiee, our source is the Wookiee, who got it from Daniel Price, usually a pretty good source, is that Okada, we knew Okada was backstage.
He
with the
didn't
translator.
have his NJPW translator.
He had a
his
private
own translator.
Right.
That means he's doing business.
But the other rumor that Wookiee was saying was that Omega was backstage as well. Now this is all dirt sheets. This is pure speculation. As far as Okada, only thing I know about Okada, as I know, is he's basically the face of NJPW.
Yes.
He is the Hulk Hogan, the John Cena of NJPW.
Yes.
He is loyal to a fault. And
But so was Nakamura, and he left.
exactly.
You
So
think that's
So was
part of
Finn
the reason
Balor, and he
why the New Japan was here in the States, it's like trying to retaliate because they're afraid of losing him. And
Yes, they want to build a market here so that if the guys want to travel the world and
Right.
really hit the U.S., they can do that in New Japan without having to leave.
but WWE.
That's why Nakamura left, because he wanted to travel the States and wrestle.
Yeah. Well, WWE is still the gold standard when it comes to kind of money and notoriety.
Right.
You know, not necessarily wrestling, but not money and notoriety. So
Okada, I really could see him jumping, because he saw how good they took care of Nakamura,
all right,
how good they took care of Finn when he came.
did not necessarily now. Main roster has been a different story for
Well-
Nakamura, more or less.
Well, he just got put up. Too.
yeah,
Well, that's
he's
true.
So
been
he hasn't
getting
done
involved in
anything bad.
programs.
It's just he's just getting his feet wet.
So
Yeah.
Okada, SmackDown or Raw?
I would say Raw, unless they want to put him with Nakamura.
Well, remember the rumor is that the brand split might be going away soon. That's another one of the dirt sheets out there,
Yeah.
according to Dave Meltzer.
I would say Raw because it'll be a 3-hour show. This way you have more time to make sure that you can
Yeah.
properly build him up.
Noah agrees with you, Okada on Raw too.
All right.
Yeah, but Okada, he's a phenomenal talent. He's got charisma. I don't know if he could speak good enough English, but we didn't think Nakamura could, and he's not doing too horrible.
Just have Shane McMahon do the overdub for him in the back like they used to. Yeah.
Look, I know Daniel Price isn't a source. I understand that, Noah. Goddamn. You know what? Don't lecture me on anything until you get a damn trivia question right.
Yeah, but Omega, I really could. His contract's up in January, and I could see him coming before Okada.
Okay. I don't know if NJPW is if they're like 1099 contracts like WWE is, because the contracts in WWE, you know, people are always they're under contract. They're not really under contract. They're independent contractors.
Yeah, they're just under a no compete clause where if they
Well, they
no longer work for that company, they can't compete
No, they,
somewhere else for
no.
X amount of time.
Well, no, that's not necessarily true. Again, independent contractor. If they were an employee and they were put under that, I think that's where it comes in. I'm not 100% on this.
No, when Jack Swagger left, he tried to book right away. And he couldn't book right away because you usually have like a 30,
There's
60,
a
or a
clause
90-day no
probably.
compete clause.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes had the same.
Okay.
Usually they did that because the outsiders fucked that up. Because they left and went right to TV right away. Like within the same week.
That was awesome, by the way.
Yes.
All right. Let's see here. Noah says Okada and Nakamura would be in a tag team, stable managed by Paul Heyman, called the NJP Invasion.
I mean, the name's
too
horrible.
soon
but
for that.
I could see Heyman being a mouthpiece for him, but the name is fucking horrible.
I thought Heyman's going to be the mouthpiece for Asuka when first
Dude, put them
female.
all together, man. That'd be fucking
Just-
amazing.
Heyman could just have the sushi faction.
Yes.
That's very racist. I love sushi.
I am champion.
I am champion faction.
Instead of ACW to be ECW to be ACW. Right?
Asian Championship Wrestling.
Oh, ACW.
Oh, that's very good.
Very, very racist. All right. So if there's any more final thoughts, go ahead and throw them up there. Noah says, "Fuck that douchebag at my apartment's gym that wouldn't rack his weights." I hate that. No, I don't. The racking the weights bothers me. What bothers me more than anything is the people who go and they work out on one station, and then they get up and they look at themselves in the mirror and they flex, and then they go to the next station, and the one thing they forgot to do was wipe the sweat off of the goddamn station.
Oh, that's so disgusting.
Wipe your fucking sweat off, you dirty, nasty piece of shit. Thank you. Okay.
Okay,
Sorry.
your final thoughts, sir?
Why was Paige not fired yet from the WWE? She was spotted at TNA. You know, Paige as a whole, I don't
I'm
know.
just going to let that contract
I'm just tired of talking
dissolve.
about Paige, man.
Yeah, me too.
Paige is so old news to me. I mean, I don't mean to be disrespectful, Robert. I appreciate the question, but
yeah, exactly.
I'm so over the Paige thing. She's
batshit crazy.
She's crazy.
Case closed.
Yeah, I mean, if you've seen her on Total Divas, she's not all there. She married Del Rio after a fucking weekend, you know.
Yeah.
And now she's doing her video. She's just, dude, she's lame. I'm sorry, Paige is lame. Sorry, JD. I don't care about her, and I frankly don't give that much of a shit about Del Rio either. You know, I understand that. He did his big shoot at TNA about bashing WWE and how they're bitches and not wrestlers, whatever. And I get that. I understand it. You hear from a lot of people. I don't disagree. But to me, Del Rio has become just a whiny little bitch. Well, maybe not little bitch, and I probably wouldn't say it to his face, but he's become whiny. Every time you see him do some kind of interview or a shoot at an indie show, it's dogging on WWE.
So he's a poquito pera?
Whatever that means.
Poquito pera?
I don't speak Spanish, Baxter.
Little something.
Yeah, a little bitch.
Oh, a little bitch.
Little bitch.
A pera, female dog.
No, perro.
Perro.
Yeah, but pera is the female version.
Oh, okay.
Okay, whatever, guys. Fucking hooked on phonics did not work for me.
We know.
My point here, Del Rio, he complains, and anybody you know that complains all the fucking time, you just don't hang out with them. Del Rio, get over it. You went to the WWE, you knew what they were, you went back to them, you knew what they were when you went back to them, and then you got released. Yeah, maybe they misused you. I agree with that. Maybe you are more talented than they let you be. I agree with that. Maybe your gimmicks and your direction sucked. Your pushes were horrible. I agree with every point you made the first time. The 17th time, now you're just a whiner.
Or maybe his attitude was so bad they refused to give him anything good.
He doesn't seem like a very pleasurable person.
No.
You know, and Paige seems like it fits well there. So, love for them.
They only rehired him because they basically didn't want him to sue after he got fired for beating somebody up that was doing racial slurs against him.
All right, we'll do a couple more here because we got a couple more on the board throwing in some questions, and then we'll jump to the final thoughts from me and we'll get out of here. Blue Hat Raccoon, welcome to the board. Would you like to see Balor versus Brock WrestleMania 34, then Brock drops the belt to Balor? No.
No. Because that should never happen.
Yeah, look, other people of our team here Marked Out they're high on the Balor and Brock thing. I am not. Unless it's like, because to me it's like the little dog from
Spike.
Yes, Spike and Butch or whatever it is, and he's just running around. Want to chase the car, Spike? Chase the car, Spike? And he's just wearing the big dog out. That's what, to me, that's the only way you could do it with Finn, is just Finn running around the ring, wearing Brock out like a big lazy oath, and Balor somehow gets to win. Otherwise, I'm not going to buy it. Suspension of belief is what wrestling is about, and I just can't believe it. I love Finn Balor. You know, personally, met him, great guy, in the ring, wonderful talent. On the mic, he's hot shit.
He's just so small.
He's so small.
I mean, you could, like, him beating Reigns, you could kind of believe.
Right.
But they've built Lesnar to be this larger-than-life fucking just man-beater.
Right.
And you can have little
Roman
5'9", fucking 170-pound guys gonna just
right.
No.
And I don't want to hear the comparison from Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio was a stocky little son of a bitch, and he was a legend that flew around. I'm not saying Finn is not a good wrestler. I'm not saying he's not a good talent. I'm saying that him and Brock, in my opinion, my personal fanboy opinion, would be a horrible idea, and I would not be excited about it. I would watch it.
Oh, of course.
I would get invested in the match. But am I salivating for it? Do I want to see it at WrestleMania? No. Not at WrestleMania. It's too much of a wild card for WrestleMania.
Survivor
Series?
Dude,
Yeah.
jinx, man, jinx.
I can't talk now.
Yeah.
We're doing a show. So, no, not that. And Robert says, will the WWE do a pay-per-view in the UK again? Yeah, of course they will.
Yeah,
Probably.
only problem is that it's the time difference. Like, they want to keep their normal time slots in the U.S.
Yeah.
That means they'd have to start
Way early
filming
there.
it, like, over there at fucking, like, 1
Morning.
o'clock in the morning.
It won't be one of the big four, I don't believe. I believe it would be one of the kind of ass-hand fucking other pay-per-views,
Like a Backlash or a Bad Blood or...
the UK London Bridge pay-per-view.
Oh my God! Don't give him any ideas.
The Beatles Invasion pay-per-view. Whatever fucking Vince's old names are. So, yeah, I mean, they're going to go back to UK eventually. I mean, if you're talking in the near future, no, I don't see that happening. Not in the near future.
Especially not WrestleMania. I saw a thread where people were saying, where should you think WrestleMania 35 should go? And one guy was pissed because he kept saying London, and everybody's like, no. Dude, it's 5 hours ahead of time.
It depends on if Trump doesn't let anybody in the country.
Right.
Maybe we have to go to
It wouldn't.
London.
It couldn't be live.
Yeah, because they would have to be airing it here in the States at 12 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And they don't want to air that early on a Sunday. People are still hungover.
Well, I don't know. I mean, we watch football at 12 o'clock on a Sunday.
But Vince doesn't want to go head-to-head really against football.
But he'd do it in the off-season, is what I'm saying.
Right.
I'm
in
saying
April.
I wouldn't be opposed to personally for me, I could see, hey, hook up the grill, turn the TV on. It's noon. Let's cook out. Let's watch Mania and do an early podcast afterward.
But how many folks wouldn't go to Mania because it's in London? Like a lot of Americans.
Oh no, yeah. It would be a smaller. It'd be a smaller stadium.
A lot of Brits love to come to America to see WrestleMania.
Right.
But how many of us want to go over there?
Right.
Especially as cold as it might possibly
Oh,
rainy
in
as
April?
fuck in
Yeah.
April.
And there's in the wild card, and I don't know if this makes much of a difference, but the wild card is Vince McMahon. Linda McMahon is Trump's small business administration director, right?
Yes.
And we're gonna send a big show to another country. We're gonna outsource it. Again, I don't know if that's just a petty thing that I'm saying, but it seems like something that that when you speak petty, you think Trump. So who knows?
Right. I mean, and he gave Linda a job, so Vince isn't gonna fuck that up.
No, it says Rob Balor and Lesnar is a fucking money match for Mania. Perfect for Mania.
No.
I just don't agree. I do not agree.
Now Balor versus AJ Styles, WrestleMania, that's money. Balor versus Nakamura,
that's money.
That's money.
Yeah.
But Lesnar, everybody's just gonna be like, meh,
right.
It's piss break.
Last one, and I'll do my final thoughts. We'll get out of here. Last one, Blue Hat Raccoon. Do you think the reason why 205 Live is not successful is because we have top guys like Finn and Seth and AJ, so there is not reason to watch guys on 205 Live? No. I think Finn, Seth, and AJ are right where they need to be. They're top card guys, regardless of their size. Their stature is much bigger than they are physically. So you had like Aleister Black. These guys have to go and be part of the top card of WWE, if not the mid card.
Would Roderick Strong be a 205 Live?
I think
guy?
Roderick Strong would be a 205 Live guy. I'm actually surprised Austin Aries is a 205 Live guy. I understand why Neville is. I think 205 Live was just done wrong. It was just done wrong. And honestly, I don't know what the fix is because I love wrestling, but I got bored. And now that Vince and Kevin Dunn have taken over and made it all storyliney and shit, I think I like it less.
Alicia Fox has purpose, though.
Fox.
Yeah. Did you watch it this week?
I did not.
It was a match. It was TJP versus Rich Swann.
I'm over him.
It was such a good fucking match. I watched it randomly after TakeOver last night, and it was such a good match.
Again, the thing about it is they are all good matches, and the thing about it is if you see the crowd left over, it's about the size of the crowd. You get an armory for you indie dorks to go out and watch.
Right.
It's an indie dork show.
You gave us that one, and then we had the Umbrella guy, Jack Gallagher, versus Tony Nese. And that was another really good match too.
Dissolve 205 Live, and just integrate them into the main roster. Get rid of the brands, so you don't have to worry about splitting them up. So you don't have to have two fucking cruiserweight championships. Put them in the main roster. Let them do it there. Let them mix it up with the big boys. Let there be a faction of little guys and big, like the Titus brand is doing. Let them mix the little guys in with the big guys. Have a whole fucking party, right? Do a whole fucking party. So, yeah. So as Golda said, our next stream is going to be Sunday night after Great Balls of Fire. We'll have the full faction here, or most of us anyway, doing the whole 9 yards. We'll have some fun. And then Monday night again, Rawsome, play some trivia, do some segments, have some fun. Remember, it's Mondays and Tuesday nights are our entertainment shows with some reaction.
Oh, remember Monday? We have an interview Monday.
We do.
Yeah, I sent you a text. He's an indie wrestler. He used to be an indie wrestler. He's a rapper from Utah, but he does a lot of like wrestling songs.
So
and stuff.
we're doing a segment of Who Are You?
Yes, he's calling in Monday night.
What's his name?
His rap name is Rhyme Time, but it's like Scotty Kampf.
Okay.
He has a podcast as well. It's a really good podcast where they break down like one person's career every show, like Undertaker's one, and it's really good. So he's gonna be a real good interview. So
okay, cool. All right. So my final thoughts, guys, and we're gonna get out of here because we're running a little long, and I got shit to do, man. I got shit to do. My final thoughts, and again, I want to I'm echoing Golda here, is the Mae Young Classic is coming up, and I am super excited about it. And I'm disappointed that NXT did not show the full match with Bianca Belair versus Aaliyah. I think they put it on YouTube, and that's fine. I know new generation, more people watch YouTube than probably I think. Not our show, but
hopefully.
Yeah, but I wish they would have put this show at NXT tonight. There was so little going on that you could have put that match in there. You could have fit it in there more than just the highlights. You could have done it, and I wish they would have. Just so if you did not see the video on YouTube, that you could get appreciation for how good this Bianca Belair is, because she is that damn good. I think she is going to go places. If you're looking, and with Mae Young, I'm really excited to see all the new faces tie up with some of the current faces. I think the Mae Young Classic is going to be a great launching pad.
I'm looking forward for the bracket.
Right. And
we need to do a bracket challenge.
Right. And just to Adam, bracket challenge, we should do that. I'm down. And Adam
as soon as
Bomb.
they announce all the contenders for it, we should. Yeah, definitely.
And this is not a special thing. Boys get tournaments, girls get tournaments. Adam Bomb, they're not shoving the women down our face. It is what it is now. Okay. All right, guys. So thank you so much for hanging out with us for this afternoon show of the Thursday Takedown. Roadie Rob, Steve Awesome, Golda. I got one last thing to say, and then we'll get out of here. Hey, Brian, fuck your banana.
I'll catch you on the flip side.
Marked Out Podcast is recorded, edited, distributed, and marketed at U-Record Studios in Charlotte, North Carolina. For more information on optimizing your podcast for increased listenership, check out U-Record on Facebook, Twitter, and email sales@urecordstudios.com or visit the website www.urecordstudios.com.
Yes! 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 Yes!
You're listening to the Electronic Media Collective Podcast Network. Yeah, it's a mouthful. For more great shows, visit electronic